Hello, hi, this is Maru-chan. It's February 28th, 2022. It's, I believe, 8:42 a.m., and welcome to the Maru-chan podcast, the podcast where you listen to my before and afterthoughts of your favorite games. And today, we're going to be doing an amazing game that, actually, I don't know if it's quite amazing, but it looks kind of fun, and that's kind of why we picked it out. And but before we do any of that, I want to go ahead and just let you guys know we have a guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hi, I'm TravisaurusR3X, and I've been invited by your gracious host to do the game today, and I'm very excited to be here, so thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And actually, would you like to say a little bit about yourself? Like maybe you stream?
I
Plug
do
yourself a little
stream.
bit?
I do just happen to stream. It's funny that you mentioned that. Yes, I stream on Twitch over at TravisaurusR3X, and I also have a YouTube channel. And I just basically do a variety of games. So if any of you are into that, you're always welcome to stop by and say hi.
Yeah, he has a lot of great content there on his YouTube. He actually just did a podcast, and that's what made me kind of think, hey, maybe I can bring him into the Maru-chan podcast. So there, here we are. And yes, he has some pretty good streams as well. So make sure to check them out in the link down below. And not only that, but yeah, guys, we're about to be playing. What game are we doing today, Travis?
I believe the game that we are doing is Dragon Quest Builders 2. That's what I was told.
Yes. That's exactly it. And is this a game you expected to ever play in your life? Really?
No, I'm not gonna lie. Until you mentioned this game, I have never even heard of it, or Dragon Quest Builders 1. Didn't even know there is something outside of the main Dragon Quest series.
Yeah, there's a lot, and I don't know if you want to look into the story of Dragon Quest, but it's very complicated. It's basically the MCU. There's like a multiverse, and
Really?
it's very complicated. Yeah, it's actually really cool, but I don't want to get into it. It's very complicated.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Go look up a video, right? And actually, we're playing this on this game is out for Xbox, PS4, Switch, and PC, I believe. Came out in 2019, so it is a little bit on the older side. Not really. But what are you gonna be playing this on PC, right?
Yes, I purchased it for PC before I realized we were talking about playing it together, and then I went and purchased it for PC, not really thinking about others as I do. And it turns out it's not cross-play, and you have it for a different system, so we might not be playing it together.
But I could still join the stream and see how you're doing in the game. I think I might be playing it with my brother. I think I'm gonna ask him to play with me, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, it should be a relatively good experience though if you play with other people. Do you have any friends that you could possibly like invite?
To be honest, I don't. I was thinking about that. The issue that I found with this game, is that even though it's 2 years old, it's still running for a pretty high price unless you get it on
60,
the
right?
Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah. Actually, it was kind of convenient. I was gonna get it for the Switch, to be honest, but then I'm like, should I play it in a higher quality or Switch? Yeah.
I was also faced with that debate. I was like, well, should I also get this for a Switch? Because it kind of seems like a game that would, honestly, it just on its appearances, it looks like a game that would be fun to go handheld on. But
yeah, it would.
But I don't really
honestly,
know.
I wouldn't have mind getting it on the Switch if you got it on there.
Yeah, I do not have it on my Switch right now. I was thinking about doing it, but I think I'm gonna hold off until maybe we do our review here. To be honest.
Yeah, I think so.
If this review goes well, if it gets a good review from us, maybe I'll double buy the game. But until then, I can't.
Yeah,
really justify
who knows? Maybe it would be a good experience to show it on stream later on, and like we both do it. But
yes.
Yeah, and actually, this game was published by Square Enix, so obviously the quality of the game has to be good.
They're good.
I hope so. And I actually noticed that the game is 55 hours for the for the main story.
Yeah, I actually just looked that up.
Golly.
Yeah, before we started talking here, because you did mention something about looking up. So I looked it up, like, kind of almost right before we started talking. And I saw 55 hours. I'm like, well, I don't think I'll be getting this done in 1 week. Now, probably, honestly, if you gave me a month, I probably wouldn't get this done because I don't have 55 hours to sink into any one particular game these days. But but
I think.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, knowing we are elite gamers, of course, we're obviously gonna finish this game in like under probably like 30 hours.
That's
I don't
possible.
think it's. Yeah, I don't think it's that long. I think it's just because there's a lot of stuff to learn, like a learning curve.
Right.
But I think once you manage, it's not too hard. It has a leveling up system, so I like to level up. I like to grind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but I love it. Is that something you like or not really?
It depends on how fun the grind is. There's certain games where I will grind all day, and there's some games where I absolutely feel like pulling my hair out if I have to grind. So it really just depends on like how fun the combat ends up being, or I guess how much variety there is to it.
Yeah, like for example, Devil May Cry and stuff like that. Bayonetta, there's a lot of combos to learn, right? And that's the whole point of the game. Oh, by the way, how has Elden Ring been? Like, how has that been going?
Elden Ring has been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been amazing, and I am just the teensiest bit sad that we're not going to be talking about that because I've been talking about it with everyone. But
I'm sad too, man. I'm sad too. I want to play.
But Elden Ring is good.
That's good. I might get it. I think it would be a good game to play. It looked very interesting when I jumped in there. I'm like, man, I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's it kind of fits into why I'm a little excited about this game. Is some of my favorite games to play are games where there's exploration involved, and usually it's not required, but some sort of like level up system. So like adventure RPGs, essentially.
What about? Do you care if it's like hack and slash, or if it's a like a tactical RPG or other stuff like that?
I do not. I've played all kinds of RPGs. Like I've played kind of sandbox RPGs like Elden Ring where you run around and slash things. I've played, stuff like Final Fantasy that's turn based. I've played all kinds of different RPGs, and I like all kinds of them. So I do think that the big thing that I enjoy, and I guess bigger games like that, and what I'm hoping to find in this game, which it might have, is a little bit of a sense of exploration.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Just kind of go out and kill things, level up, just become a freaking boss in the game.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the main thing for these adventure open world games. So what about the trailer? I know it might have put you off, considering like the trailer was very odd. It also put me off too from wanting to play the game. The actual trailer itself is good, but I feel the way it was done maybe not so well.
I actually wasn't that put off by the trailer. I guess for anyone who maybe doesn't know anything about this game, it essentially looks like Dragon Quest characters thrown into Minecraft.
Minecraft, exactly.
Just at first looks. So I'm fine with that because I like Minecraft, and like I said, something I'm looking for is exploration. And Minecraft, honestly, like you can get dropped into a random seed and find some cool like land layouts type things. So with this being like a game that's like more handcrafted, has like a handcrafted story type thing, I'm hoping that they have some like cool environments and terrain with some decently fun monsters. The only thing that I thought was extremely weird, and I think you were watching me as I went through the trailer, is that I noticed a lot of these characters looked extremely similar to Dragon Ball Z characters.
Oh, do you know why?
Why?
Well, actually, when Dragon Quest was being made, the mother of all RPGs, the guy who made Dragon Ball, he allowed them to use the art style, and that's why you get, all the characters looking like Dragon Ball Z characters. And it's the same with some anime. There's another anime, I forget the name, but it's closely related to Fairy Tail, and it's the same thing. You know, he allowed them to use the artwork, the style, and now every character looks like that. You know, like we have Hero in Smash looking like Trunks. Looks like he's about to do a big bang attack on Frieza.
That is very interesting. Yes, I did not know that, and that is good to know. So that, I guess that kind of makes sense then. That was just the one thing that was like kind of standing out to me in the trailers. I'm like, huh, this looks very close to copyright infringement as far as the characters
very
go.
close. Are we allowed to use this?
Yeah.
Are we allowed?
Yeah, it basically looked like chibi Dragon Ball Z characters, but that's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's the trailer. I guess we also kind of talked about first impressions there. To be honest, experience wise, I've never played the first game. I know of it. It was on the Wii U as well, and on the PlayStation 4 or 3. It looks good as well, but it's only single player, which is it's a turnoff. I was gonna choose that game, but I'm like, oh, maybe we can just play together, and it'll heighten the experience a little bit more. So I don't know. A lot of people say they compare it to Mario Maker. I don't understand. Where's this coming from? It does not look like Mario Maker. It looks like Minecraft and
I did see.
Dragon
I mean,
Quest.
they're probably extrapolating on those comparisons a little bit. I did see, like, obviously there. I saw in the trailer like a couple buddies getting together and like building stuff like you would in Minecraft. So I think maybe that's where the comparison could be coming from. Is like you can get in there and make your own type of levels. Probably it might even have some sort of like level editor where you can make your own levels and throw the monsters in and stuff for people. But
like a creative mode, right?
Right.
Kind of like
exactly
something like that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. By the way, I did some research, and I have to tell you this. I don't have to worry about it, but I have to tell you, there is a slight tutorial bug.
Oh boy.
And there were a few people that had really negative reviews about a black screen in the demo, and it also happens in the full game. Now, I know there are a few survivors who actually made it through past the black screen, but now this is not everyone. It was like it's overwhelmingly positive in the reviews.
Right.
But yeah, just kind of letting you know, if next week, you guys hear, hey, I was in a black screen, you guys will probably know why.
Oh, so I mean, this black screen could be like a straight up game killer. You mean?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it is
no.
that a lot of people got their refunds back.
Okay.
Because of this. I also know Dragon Quest has a lot of good music. Really good music. If you played Dragon Quest 11, oh god, the soundtrack, it's amazing. Do you have any expectations for the game? Like, just to kind of finish it off?
I do not have any expectations. I have never played any Dragon Quest game. I knew the Dragon Quest series existed, but I didn't really even know what it was too much until it was kind of brought to Smash, and then obviously it got a little more spotlight. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is what Dragon Quest is a little bit, as I just looked into it. But I still have never played any form of Dragon Quest game, so I don't have any expectations, and I'm not trying to make any, just so I'm not, I guess, shocked when I go in and it plays differently.
Right. Actually, the mainline games, being a different kind of RPG game, they're very, very good. If you ever try out 11, which is the newest one, honestly, it's a very, very good game, and I do recommend you to try it out. Like, it's genuinely a really good RPG. But I think my final expectations for the games, well, as far as I'm concerned, humanity has drawn genitalia from the dawn of time. So I'm hoping to keep that culture alive.
Oh, there you go. Yep. You're already thinking outside the box. I didn't even go there yet. I haven't even.
Yeah, man. I already have expectations for that. That's gonna be my first build. Everything is gonna be made around that.
Okay.
So,
do you have any fears going into this game? Fears about what it could be or anything?
I fear a little bit that it's gonna be a bit too simplistic in the RPG side. It's supposed to be simple, like hack and slash, but I hope there's like some sort of power-up system. Like when you level up, you get different magic or spells or kinds of attacks depending if you're like I don't even know, to be honest, because there are different kinds of characters in normal Dragon Quest. Like you got your healers, you got your attackers, like different specialists. So here I don't know if it's just everyone just has a sword and they're swinging it around,
right?
Or some people get like a little wand, and so that's kind of what I'm like just kind of fearing a little bit. What about you?
Yeah, kind of along the same lines. I guess not necessarily simplicity, but I guess more along the lines of, I mean, something could be simple and fun, but I guess how repetitive will the game get? Because kind of like we were saying, with these sort of RPGs and grinding and stuff like that, if it feels very repetitive to me, because, and maybe it feels repetitive because it is simple, like you said, if I'm just throwing, pressing the sword button over and over for a couple hours, that could be, a game killer for me. So I am a little worried, a little in the same sense, but just more on the side of, I guess, how interesting the combat will be.
Yeah, I hope it has some merit to it. And, I think if you have someone with you, it would help because, you don't have to press the A button as much. But, I really hope that it turns out to be a good game. I'm sure it will. Most people have told me it's fairly good.
Yeah. I actually...
Yeah, and it was...
Sorry, really quick. I actually think this might be good. Look, talking about it now, I think it might be good that if you said you get a friend or a family member you said to play with you, so you'll have some multiplayer experiences, and then actually me coming in with maybe a single player experience, it could be good to get that kind of side of things too, because there are plenty of games that are extremely fun multiplayer, but if you're going to be going solo, it may be a completely different experience.
Yes. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess we'll see with time, and we have 2 weeks to play. So we don't need to really rush, you could say.
Right.
Because before in my podcast, usually I finish every single game. At least as the host, I feel I should. And sometimes I pull out these ginormous freaking games that are really hard or almost close to impossible to beat in the time span of 1 week. But in cases like these where we're doing an RPG, I think it's fine to do 2 weeks. And if we're doing a smaller game, I don't know, we're doing Pokemon Blue.
Right.
It's very simple, very easy. Just a few days, a week is fine.
That is very good on you, finishing your games. The last game that I tried reviewing with my buddy, and the podcast may or may not be coming out, I'm not exactly sure yet, but it was Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I did not finish it because I was not a fan of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I definitely had a lot to say, so I mean,
mechanics?
Regardless if I finish the game or not, I will definitely make sure I come back with enough material on my position on whether I thought it was good or bad either way. So
yeah, that's it's good that you get enough information so you can be able to talk about it as much. Yeah, actually I remember I had one of my friends, Taurus, before we played this game called Oceanhorn. It's like it's this weird iPhone game that came out like in 2008.
I know the game you're talking about, actually. I've always seen it, but I've never played it. But I always was actually kind of semi-curious in it.
Me too. I was like, what is this game? Why is it here? It's like similar to like a Wind Waker, Hourglass sort of. I don't want to call it a knockoff because it does have enough differences. Kind of.
Inspired by
I have a whole
Wind
podcast
Waker.
about it. Inspired, yeah. Let's just say that. And I have the whole podcast so you guys can listen to it. And I remember my friend at that time, he didn't actually play. He only finished like 40% of the game. So I remember like talking for the other 60%, just like boring him. But he was still like asking questions. Oh, really? Because he still knew part of the story. Like, oh, now I know what happened with this character. But yeah, hopefully this game is good. And I'm sure it will be good in some ways or another.
Yeah.
But But I think we can go ahead and finish it off here, and we'll be talking about it and in the afterthoughts. So make sure to join, and like he mentioned, you guys can find him at twitch.tv/TravisaurusRX. So make sure to find him here. And also, you guys can find me at twitch.tv/Maru-chan, so you guys can have your daily streams, just as always. So guys, thank you so much, and we will be seeing you for next week on the next video.
Yes, thank you, everyone.
All right, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.